What is up, people? The internet, it is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video, and today, it is time that we discuss a congressional race that I don't think I made a single video on this entire year, and I should have. My opinion is, I really should have made multiple videos on this race, but I haven't. Today, we're going to be discussing Washington's 3rd Congressional District and its House race that's happening next Tuesday. And boy, oh boy, is this a very unique race. A lot of controversies in this race, and quite frankly, it's a mess. It's a complete mess, so I think it's time that we do a deep dive into Washington's 3rd. Now, before I forget, of course, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, and yes. I mean, we've been growing a lot. I mean, look at the sub count. We've grown, I think it was 100 subs in, under 2 weeks. That's crazy. Again, I hope you guys do enjoy these type of videos. Also, follow the mysterious Twitter account in the description down below. And, yeah. Also, join the channel. That is right, folks. For only 10 cents a day, you can join Real American Politics. I think it's a good deal. And, quite frankly, it's not that cheap. And you get a good feeling in your heart. And I know people are going to say, but gas prices. Don't worry, alright? 10 cents a day, unless you're in extreme circumstances. I think most of you could afford it. Again, if you don't want to, that is fine. But if you want to help support Real American Politics, only 10 cents a day. Also, a $5 option, $5 a month option is available if you want a shout out at the end of each video. So, alright. Let's get into it, folks. Enough bull crap, enough promotion stuff. It's time that we discuss the one race that I don't think I've made a video on. Maybe I did in 2021. Maybe. But I know for sure I haven't this year. That is, of course, Washington's 3rd. And this is a weird race. This is a very strange race. So, obviously, there is a rhino in this race. Jamie Hero, Bootler, Bootla, whatever, alright? I know a lot of you are going to say, you pronounced that incorrectly, so I pronounced it 500 different ways. But she is the definition of a rhino Republican. I mean, she voted for impeachment, has just a garbage voting record, in a seat that, well, a fairly Republican seat in recent years. It's going to continue trending Republican. It's in the not Vancouver, it's in southern Washington, excuse my French for a second, and it's a Republican seat that is going to continue trending Republican. Actually, it is Vancouver. I'm a smooth brain for a second. But the point is, this is part of the state that's trending heavy Republican. It's a very working class part of the state. Now, you have a clown like this who voted for impeachment, voted for a bunch of garbage, and it's quite clear she is the biggest rhino in this race. But the other candidates have their own controversies. And as many of you know, Joe Kent. Oh boy, this is a complete nightmare of a situation. Look, Joe Kent is the best candidate in this race. And I would have 100% endorsed and full-on supported him last year. And I still recommend people to vote for him. I think he's the best candidate that, can win. But there's been a lot of crap that's been coming up about Joe Kent that I'm worried about. I am truly worried about Joe Kent. And it's just, not the whole freaking CIA crap. That's a bunch of nonsense being pushed by bad people. I'm talking about his past record of people in his campaign and some of the scummy things they do. I mean, it's not pretty. Essentially, if you don't know, there's somebody in his campaign that, was trying to, buy votes from illegal immigrants. It's like, bruh, why? And it's very disgusting. And Kent has said some very stupid things, especially about, religion. And, religion doesn't matter. It's too Jesus is too, diverse or divisive or something like that. It's like, what? Why say that? And he's pissed off a lot of people with some of his remarks. But in my opinion, he is still the best candidate in this race. And I do recommend people support him, as on his issues page, this is a solid issues page. Jobs, timber, fishing. I mean, that's important issues in this part of Washington. This is a heavy timber state, especially in this part of the state. but also immigration. And everybody knows Cassidy in Mississippi probably had the best immigration platform. I would say Kent probably has the third best platform for immigration of all the, congressional candidates this year. I think Sabatini is probably second in Florida, but this is a solid page that, is like, hey, we have to reduce immigration that's, purposely decreasing wages and flat out, destroying this country. And it is a good platform, and you keep going, it is a good thing. I mean, he is anti-war, he's anti-foreign wars. I mean, go look, again, whoops, wrong page. I recommend people go, I think most of you know, but what happened to his wife. I recommend people do go look up that story. It's pretty sad what happened, and he is good on the issues. Overall, he has a good issues page. The problem is just, he said some stupid things he shouldn't have said, and quite frankly, he's has some very bad hombres around him. Funny. But point is, he is still the best candidate in this race. Now, as everybody probably knows, Washington has such a stupid, absolutely brain-dead primary system. It's not, there's a Republican primary and there's a Democrat primary. Nope. It's one primary. It's the top two candidates automatically move on to a runoff. I hate that. I absolutely despise that. So you can have like 500 candidates running. And for Joe Kent to win this general, he needs to first of all, obviously make it in the second round, but needs to hope and pray that Butler isn't the second candidate, all right? If it was a one-on-one for the, Republican primary, Joe Kent would easily win. But if it's a general election between Butler and Kent, things may be getting a little bit dicey. And the Republican establishment, they know this, and that is why they've been promoting Heidi St. John. And she's cringe on the issues. I mean, people were saying she could be a good replacement for Joe Kent. No, she isn't. She's bad on the issues, has a cringe rhetoric, and these people on the establishment, they've been spending a lot of money mysteriously saying that Trump endorsed St. John. No, they didn't. No, he didn't. Trump endorsed Joe Kent. So they're purposely doing this to screw over Kent because they know it in general. It's been kind of hard for Kent to win. I think he still could win, but it's going to be difficult. Now, how do I see this playing out? Do I think it's going to be Kent and Butler in the runoff? I don't know. I think Kent 100% makes it. He's pretty much locked down the primary. And he's been, campaigning unironically with one of the Democrats. So his strategy is try to get one of the Democrats over the edge. Force it into a runoff so Butler doesn't. Butler is praying that she gets into a runoff. And there's been only Trafalgar pulling this race. And as of now, it appears Kent, has a lockdown. Now the question is, will Democrats, unite behind one candidate? I don't know. It appeared they were with Henrich, but that's kind of collapsed upon itself. So hopefully, Joe Kent goes against a Democrat. And again, if Joe Kent sucks in Congress, get rid of him in 2 years. We cannot have another frickin' term of Butler. She's been a disaster. Anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button down below. Subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, and yes, of course, go follow that mysterious Twitter account in the description down below. And, yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.